And so Kevin Pritchard did the best thing he could for Indianapolis, engineered a trade with Oklahoma City, sent him there, and Paul George still said, I want to be a Laker. And so everybody waited for him to be a Laker, and all of a sudden he was going to be a Laker, and about a week before, LeBron signs with the Lakers, and within a day, Paul George suddenly didn't want to be a Laker. The story's all dried up, and he chose Oklahoma City. I never feel sympathy for people who have options in life and choose the wrong one. Paul George chose Oklahoma City. Paul George chose Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, where you win titles, you get on television, you'd be in the Western Conference Finals with LeBron, you'd be on television in late May and June, you get major endorsements. Dropping 37 would not be a big deal in the first week of January. Because LeBron doesn't care about Januaries. Look it up. It's always his worst month. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that think Paul George won by staying in Oklahoma City. I look at it just the opposite, is that Paul George, by not joining LeBron and choosing Westbrook over LeBron, guaranteed he will never be in the finals. And he could have been with LeBron, but instead LeBron now will go to his second or third option named Anthony Davis, who is obviously a better player than Paul George, and he will, over time, end up in finals and win one. Maybe two, probably one. I just see this differently than everybody else. When Paul George chose not to join LeBron, it killed Paul George's chances of making the finals. Welcome back. It is great to have you in, Mark Schlereth, this hour. God, I love this time of the year. Now, I have been, I'll pick next hour, I'll pick the games who I like this weekend. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm not going to have a blazing five today because I wouldn't bet these games except the Dallas Cowboys I do like. I think the Cowboys are going to beat Seattle by a touchdown, and the line's like 1 or 2 points. I have leans for all of them. But I want to start with this. I've not been big on the Bears this year, and this is the way it works, is I'm a sportscaster. My job, I'm loyal to honesty because my honesty, I had it locally, I had it regionally, I had it at my former company, I have it at this company. Advertisers have left, bosses have left, formats have changed. I am loyal to honesty. It travels with me. And when I don't buy into somebody, I didn't buy into Aaron Rodgers as a rookie because he was like 6-10, and I said, show me something. I know he's got a great arm. Favre won. Show me something. Green Bay fans have hated me since. In Cleveland, I don't necessarily buy into Baker Mayfield for finishing in third place. The other fan base this year that can't stand me and is Chicago, and I've said I was never a huge fan of Mitch Trubisky. I didn't like his release. He couldn't win the starting job the year before he made the NFL. Couldn't beat out a non-NFL quarterback at Carolina. I watched him play in college a couple of times. I didn't see it. My executives and scouts who I talked to didn't love him as a thrower. He's a very good athlete. He reminds me of a poor man's Jimmy Garoppolo. Seriously, I think they almost look alike. They play alike, but I think Garoppolo's a better arm talent. And now I do think Chicago's general manager, Ryan Pace, is brilliant. I think the coach, Matt Nagy's my coach of the year. Historically, it's a kind of dysfunctional organization. Their defense is amazing. Khalil Mack is the next Lawrence Taylor, but I've never been a Trubisky guy until today. Because I read this quote from Mitchell Trubisky of the Chicago Bears. He said, I got off social media to improve my mental health. He said, why would I let these voices and these distractions get into my head? I got to take care of this football team. So I'm not going to get into social media. So I would like to remind you that the Chicago Bears quarterback who led his team to the playoffs said, I don't want to be a distraction. Baker Mayfield, who finished third, said, I am the distraction. I love this stuff. Now, Baker Mayfield took a shot at me, called me Grinch. Very hurtful. I cried for several nights. But the point is, I do not believe it's a coincidence that of the current quarterback playoffs, Brady, Breeze, Wilson, Luck, Rivers, Lamar Jackson, Trubisky, Foles, and Deshaun Watson, most have very small social media footprints. Now, obviously, Russell Wilson's married to a superstar. Tom Brady's married to a superstar. And Drew Brees is a superstar. So they have large followings. But if you follow Drew Brees, he talks about family. You follow Russell Wilson, he talks about kids. You talk to Tom Brady, he talks about his parent and his kids. Those are small, non-elevated, non-controversial social media platforms. Social media, to me, is sort of a loaded gun. Be very careful. Don't use it after a couple of cocktails. You're going to get in trouble. Mitch Trubisky, like the great ones, is like, I'm out on this stuff. I got to worry about this. The quarterback everybody loves, Baker Mayfield, is, I love this stuff. That's why when I hear people saying Cleveland is the number one job available in the NFL, I keep saying, time out. General manager John Dorsey got run out of Kansas City, not because he wasn't competent. He did a great job in Kansas City. Ego, couldn't get along with people. Owner, Jimmy Haslam, legendary, hire, fire. Relentless, hire, fire, impatient. Baker Mayfield, social media pot stir. This morning I read a story. Josh McDaniels of the Patriots enthusiastically interested in the Browns job. As Joy said yesterday, I'm officially questioning his judgment. He traded up to get Tebow and passed on Andrew Luck. This stuff matters. It matters, folks. Jay Cutler had a great arm. Personality was wrong. Aaron Rodgers has great talent. Personality's passive-aggressive. Jeff George, best arm in league history. Couldn't get along with people. Mitch Trubisky, though I think he's an incredibly limited arm talent, is out on social media, meaning I'm in on Mitch Trubisky. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
All right, Colin, it's a big wild card weekend.
Yes.
Lots of exciting stuff. But I got to say, the most exciting thing that is happening this weekend is Colin Cowherd's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I can't believe
Happy birthday, Colin.
Yeah, well, young lady, you share the same birthday as my wife.
Yes, I do. But that's in a couple weeks, so I still got a couple more weeks at my age. Yours is coming up on Sunday.
Yes.
You're going to do anything special to celebrate?
My wife asked me, she said, what do you want? And I said, how about a big pot of chili?
You love you some soup.
I said,
some soup,
I
Andrew
love soup.
Luck.
I said, a pot of chili, and why don't you invite like 3 buddies over, and we can just watch football and drink beer and have chili.
That's a nice birthday.
And have my dog next to me.
What kind of chili do you like?
Turkey chili.
Turkey chili.
My wife is vegan, so she'll make vegan chili, which I remind her is just salsa. I don't want to eat a bowl of salsa.
My mom has a great chili recipe. I was telling you about the other day. She makes it every time I come home. I love chili.
I love chili.
I love soup, too. I'm totally with you on the soup thing. I could eat soup every day.
Chili,
football,
Heineken, football, my dog.
Nice. Sounds like a good birthday.
Thank you
happy
very
birthday,
much.
Colin.
Thank you.
We will send
You're
you nice
very
tweets
thoughtful.
that you will not be checking because you will be enjoying beverages and chili on Sunday. But happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. So the Cowboys are nearly unbeatable at home this season. They went 7-1.
Yes.
With the only loss coming to the Titans in Week 9, and they'll have a chance to make it 8-1 when they host the Seahawks in the NFC wildcard round on Saturday.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Pete Carroll pointed out some features that are kind of unique to Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah.
I think the scoreboard may get in the way of the sound, so it bounces back at you or something. I don't know. It's a real glitzy place, when you come out of a football locker room ready to play football and you go into a nightclub, it's kind of like we're in the club, no wait a minute, you got to play ball, and then you come back to the club and they're all, it's unusual, yeah. And then they're right with you too. Those people are sitting behind you. I don't know how they see the game. It doesn't look like they care. They're having such a good time, but it's an unusual place.
That's actually a good thing, I think, because you're actually enjoying yourself at a game.
Have you been there?
Fighting. I have not been there.
It's a great stadium.
I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Awesome.
I am way in on a great stadium or arena experience.
Yes,
I think
am
it's
I.
very important.
Thank you.
And it's very undervalued how important it is.
I always said this, Joy. Like in baseball, if you want me to be a season ticket holder, you got to do better than hot dogs.
That's a given. That's a given. I'm annoyed when I go to a high school game and all you've got is hot dogs. Like, step your game up.
Yeah,
come on.
This is it is the best stadium I've been to in America in terms of football. I will say the new LA stadium, they're looking at that stadium and elevating it another level. So even Jerry admits that his title of the best football stadium in America is not for long.
Yes, and but this Jerry was also a big part of getting football in LA, so I don't think he minds that so much. But having home field advantage for the Cowboys is very important. And I don't think that their earlier matchup will have any reflection on what is going to happen in this game. They're completely different teams. Amari Cooper, Earl Thomas. But like I said, a good in-stadium experience
matters.
It does. It changes the whole situation.
This is the only game all weekend I feel strongly about a team winning. I really like Dallas in this game. I think it's close and competitive, but I think I get the better personnel. I get home field. I get the better number one receiver. I get the better star back. I still think Seattle and Pete are tweaking this. I think they'll be a better team next year. I think they're a young team. I think Seattle's been a great story. I don't think they're a great team. I think Dallas is not only a great story, but has a chance to be a great team. They have better personnel, and they're at home.
They're clearly a better team at home.
Yeah.
The only thing about the Seahawks that would worry me from Dallas is the Seahawks have that experience in the postseason.
And Russell Wilson's amazing.
Yes. All right, so given the events of the last week or so, Antonio Brown's future in Pittsburgh is obviously very much in question, and the odds makers are all over it. Although the Steelers are the favorites, there are some other teams in the running. The San Francisco 49ers, the Colts, the Jets, and